I'm so excited to share my Grunt If You Understand vocabulary terminology series. Remember, these ideas are going to be comical, they're going to be playful, often absurd, and definitely fun, which is what makes them so memorable. Before we get started, a quick reminder that the Grunt If You Understand method of ballet training goes well beyond the vocabulary and terminology of dance. It's going to help dancers understand all of the mechanics of ballet technique, from the smallest details to the big picture. So you can find out more about that full program at gruntifyouunderstand.com. So let's get right into the Grunt If You Understand vocabulary terminology series.
What does royalty have to do with ballet?
So what does royalty have to do with ballet? A lot, actually. If you study your ballet history, you will know that ballet came from the courts of the Italian Renaissance and then came through Europe to France and Denmark and Russia. And royalty has a lot to do with ballet. But this is one of our episodes from our vocabulary and terminology series. And this is going to help you teach your students the translation of royale. So once you get to the point where you have taught your students their soubresauts and then their changements, and you're going to teach them their very first beat, you can teach them their royale. And obviously you're going to teach them that the beats happen in their thighs and that they're going to be in that fifth position and they're going to execute a soubresaut, and then they're going to cross over those legs until those thighs beat off each other, and then they're going to go through first position and into their opposite fifth. So their royale is a changement with a beat before we change. So what does royale mean? Spell it out for them. If you take that E off, royale, royal. So what does royale mean? It means royal. And I like to imagine that back in ballet's history, when they were naming this step, it wasn't just a changement. It was a little more of a royal changement. It had a little decoration or a little bling, as you young folk call it, but you're going to add a little sequin and a little glitter to this changement, and rather than just changing your feet, we are going to beat before we change in that beautiful royale. That means royal. So what does royalty have to do with ballet? Besides teaching us our history, it's going to teach us the meaning of royale. A very royal changement. Grunt if you understand. Thank you for joining me for Grunt If You Understand's vocabulary and terminology series. I hope you'll check back as the library of visualizations expands.